Now, I shall introduce our first presenter to you. He's none other than Winston. Winston is a believer of preventive health care, and health is an individual responsibility. No one can really help us, not even doctor. He's also a consultant for AACI, short for American Anti-Cancer Institute. For Winston, I think you all have to watch his product demo up to the end, because at the right end, he will bring out his beautiful dog to perform for us. Let us welcome Winston. Winston?
Thank you, Lily, and hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. All right. So yes, how to build a strong immune system to avoid sickness and pain. And I always talk about not getting educated and not medicated, right? Okay, I think, like I say, we have audiences from all over the region. And just to get to know you better, I'm sure we all have our own life's concerns. And my life concern is basically the three that you have seen on the screen: health, healthcare costs, finance. And finance I'm talking about now and the future. So if you have similar concern that you have, maybe you can put in the chat agree as Y and disagree you put as N, so I know know a little bit about you. Thank you for the response, and I see many Ys are coming in. Good. All right. Some disclaimer. This presentation is not intended to diagnose or treat or cure any diseases, but basically sharing and educating about the importance of water. And of course, tonight we are talking about the miraculous power of Kangen water in quenching our body thirst and revitalizing our body cells and functions. All right, and since we have a regional audience, we need to establish a common understanding. So my presentation in terms of the currencies, it will be based mainly on Singapore dollars. The data are based on personal research, and some of that are in Singapore context. Testimony are based on personal experiences, and of course, just need a cooperation, no unauthorized recording in any form. All right, I am Winston, the consultant for American Anti-Cancer Institute, in short, AACI. I'm not a doctor, but I've done my own research into healthcare and especially on water. All right, today I think our world is facing a greatest crisis in healthcare, right? The data you see on the screen is actually about the causes of death worldwide. And we can see that 1 in every 3 deaths is due to cardiovascular diseases. That means it links to your heart or perhaps your blood vessel. And 1 in every 1 in every 6 deaths is due to cancer. Okay, for Singapore, in fact, in 2019, we are ranked number 10 in terms of healthcare out of 149 countries. That is a good ranking. But when you look at the data from the Ministry of Health of Singapore, we have more than 86% of Singaporeans died due to sickness, or NCD stands for non-communicable diseases. And if you can see from the pie chart, cancer is 28.8%, it's almost 1/3, right? Or it also means that 1 in every 3 deaths is due to cancer. I'm sure, wherever you are, your country's health statistic will be same or similar kind of proportions. Today's sickness is no longer an old age problem, but rather it hits across all ages, whether you are rich or poor, whether what race you are in, and so on, right? Because these are some of the reports, and of course we have plenty of all these reports every day. Like in this report, it's talk about 1 in 5 colon cancer cases are young adults. 3 in 10 Singaporeans are diabetics before turning 40.
Yes.
60% rise in kidney disease for kids. Right, and of course, there are many other sad stories. So what are the root causes of sickness? Actually, we may ask. But to research and what the doctors, many doctors are saying, there are 3. Okay, oxidative stress, but in layman, probably they call them free radicals. Second is acidosis, where our body is over acidic. That is also equates to the toxic waste. And of course, chronic dehydration is a long-term dehydration. This chronic dehydration is the term coined by Dr. Beckman, right? And there is one common denominator amongst these three root causes, and that is water. Why? If you look at the picture, the land on the left, these are well-watered land, so you can see that flowers and life bloom. Whereas the pictures on the right is all dry up, it spells sickness and of course death. And that is the same for a human or person. A chronic dehydration can destroy a person. Who says this? Because there are many books written by doctors and researchers talking about the importance of water. This is just a glimpse of it. And you look at the title, right? Healing water, you are not sick, you are thirsty, water cures, drugs kills, and so on. Why? Because you and I, 70-75% is water. Our brain, our cells, our blood, our lung, our muscle, our skin, all are 90% water. Even our bones, we have about 20% water. The roles of water in preserving health, of course, they are not limiting to this, but it's almost everything, because, just like regulating our body temperatures, lubricating our joints, it helps our kidney and liver to detox, right, to excrete the toxin from our body. Of course, water is the best solvent. Therefore, you can dissolve minerals and nutrients where you can carry it by the blood to the various parts of our body, to our body cells. Prevention of constipations, and of course, it moisturizes our sensitive organs like our eyes and so on. So water, to many people, water is water. What's so special, right? But so what is good water? Let's hear from the experts. This is Dr. Shinya. Of course, he is 80 plus today. He's already retired. But during his 40 over years of medical practices, he has clinic both in Japan and in US, and he traveled to and fro. He is, of course, the professor of surgery at Albert Einstein College. He is also the chief endoscopy at Beth Israel Medical Center in New York. He is also a gastroenterologist and performed more than 300,000 colonoscopy on his patient. Of course, that includes the VIPs, the kings, the queens, the presidents, and so on. He is also the inventor of this colonoscopy snare. Of course, he is the pioneer in colonoscopy, right? So, and he wrote about 4 books. This is the first book that he has written, The Enzyme Factor. Of course, this is talking about diets. And his diet, he include what? Right? Okay, this is page 7 of the book. The Enzyme Factor diet and lifestyle introduced in this book is able to report clinical result of 0% clinical, 0% cancer reoccurrence rate. All right? And of course, his diet includes water. And what kind of water is he talking about? His concluding chapter, The Healing Food. This is extract from the page 159. And he specified the brand, Kangen water. He don't talk about generic like alkaline water or alkalized water. He talked about Kangen water. He specified the brand because he knows Kangen water works. And what he said in that statement, Kangen water is alkaline-rich water, pH 8 to 9, and is considered the very best drinking water because of its incomparable powers of hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. Remember these 3 properties: hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. In fact, to be considered good water, these 3 properties must be present. And what is Kangen water that Dr. Shinya is referring to? Kangen water is basically ionized water that is produced from the ionizer made by Energic. These are the models of machine that you see on the screen. And who is Energic? Energic is actually a 46 years company, a Japanese company. head office in Okinawa. Kangen is actually the brand name or the trademark. In Japan, it means back to origin, or in Chinese, those who understand Chinese is Huan Yuan. Kangen is a restructured water, or they call it alkalized water. The medical terminology is electrolyzed reduced water, in short, ERW. And is electrically induced alkalized water. If you see, I underline electrically induced, because just a word of caution, because consumers are all confused with the many types of alkaline water and alkaline machine in the market. Many are chemically induced alkaline water, right? What it means is that they add in chemicals and minerals to the water, and it causes a unnatural chemical change which raises its pH to make it alkaline, right? Those are different from the electrically induced alkaline water, which is a natural way of making alkaline water. The company is present is worldwide, all right? They are in 23 countries, 40 locations, and still expanding. And in the early days, actually, they built big system to supply to hospitals. So many hospitals in Japan uses Kangen machines for their different kind of treatment. And of course, Kangen and Enagic has many certification and awards. But I'd like to highlight a few, which is very important. Right, first is the ISO 13485 certification. Their Osaka factory, of course, they are the original equipment manufacturer, OEM. Their Osaka factory is certified ISO 13485, and all the parts in the machine is 100% Japan made. What this certification means is that it has the facility to manufacture medical devices. And today, if you go to the hospitals, there are many equipments you found in the hospitals. Their manufacturing facility must be certified ISO 13485. If not, they are not classified as a medical device, right? That's important. The other, of course, is also that these machines that you see on the screen, these are certified as medical device by the Ministry of Health, of Labor and Welfare of Japan. All right. So the machines you see, they are approved as medical devices by the ministry. Another strong endorsement, due to the aging populations of Japanese, in the 1980s, they set up this association, JAPA. It stands for Japanese Association of Preventive Medicines for Adult Diseases. It comprises of more than 6,000 medical doctors and professionals. And as a JAPA, actually, they do recommend health-related product or even supplements and devices to the public. And each category, they only endorse one brand. And under the water or ionizer category, out of the 18 manufacturers of, whether they are OEM or non-OEM, even big names like Panasonic and Hitachi, Kangen is the only water ionizer endorsed by JAPA. And this endorsement is for life as long as they don't fail in their audits. This is also a fantastic testimony or endorsement. Enagic, again, up to today, Enagic is the only water ionizer manufacturer awarded the Gold Seal Award by WQA, the Water Quality Associations of US. That's why you can see on the machine, every machine, it comes with the Gold Seal Award. And it also states that the system has been tested and certified by WQA. Right? So we go back to the root causes of sickness, which is a three that we have highlighted. And what the Dr. Shinya said, Kangen is the very best drinking water. The three properties, remember, the antioxidation, which is a negatively charged ions in the water. Detoxification, we are talking about the alkalinity or acidity. And hydration, we are talking about the microclustering. I will elaborate further and we test these three properties in my presentation. All right, and see here what the doctor say. Okay, so first one is antioxidation, negatively charged. What is oxidation? Oxidation to the layman is free radicals. It's basically a compound of radicals or an atom that loses its electron. So free radical is basically a electron thief, right? It steals electrons from the neighbor. What happens when things are oxidized? Just like iron, it will corrode. An apple will turn brown. And of course, to the man, is that if there's too much oxidation in our body, it will cause premature aging or even leads to premature death. Okay? Free radicals are something that we cannot control because their sources is internal and external. Internal includes our metabolism, our emotional stress, or too much exercise, and so on. External sources are everywhere around us: air pollutions, drinks, oxidized food, water, food contaminants, sugar, pesticide, herbicide, radiation. Today, everybody carries a handphone, right? And of course, even medications. Oxidative stress is really creates havoc in our body from head to toe. All right, from the head, it can include Alzheimer's, dementias, depression, or even tumors and so on, migraine. Heart, it can be a heart attack, stroke, high blood pressure, your kidney failure. Right, your skin, you have your eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, or skin cancer, multi-organ failure, even your joint in terms of your arthritis, immune system failure, your blood like hypertension, your lung in terms of asthmatic, bronchitis and lung cancer, and also eyes degenerations, and the list goes on. So why antioxidation is important? All these are deep in science. This is a research work by Dr. Richard Cutler, who is a former director of anti-aging research in US. This is volume 1. Actually, got 2 volumes in his research. He's talking about oxidative stress and aging. Of course, aging is actually also referred to a sickness. The amount of antioxidants in the body is directly proportional to how long you will live. I will say that how long you will live and how healthy we will be. So we do an ORP test. What is ORP test? ORP stands for oxidation reduction potential. And it's basically to test the voltage in the water. When the water itself has antioxidants, it will give you a negative millivolts reading. When the water or the food is oxidized, it gives you a positive reading in millivolts. Just like our soda, our tap water, our bottled water, or unhealthy food, they are all oxidized. Okay, no good for health. Where else, many people take vitamin C, green tea, a lot of fruits and vegetables. Why? Because they want the antioxidants in the food and drinks. And of course, we will also test out Kangen, all right? Why Kangen has so rich in antioxidants, right? This will be the test. This is an ORP meter. ORP stands for oxidation reduction potential. It is used to measure the oxidation or antioxidations in the water in millivolts. A positive reading means that the water is oxidized, whereas a negative reading means that the water has these antioxidizing properties. Alright, let us start with the tap water. So you can see the tap water, it gives you a reading of positive 310 millivolts, right? Rinse it. Now we check on the Evian. Evian, it gives you a 320, dropping slightly, about 300 millivolts positive. How about distilled water? Distilled water also about 300, okay, it's dropping to 270 millivolts. And how about our soda? Right, soda, you can see that it goes to positive 450 millivolts. How about our Kangen? Let us test the Kangen. Right, you can see that the reading straight away shoot to negative and negative 700 over millivolts. So from here, you can see that out of the 5 cup of water that we have tested, the 4 on my right is oxidizing. Only the Kangen is proven to be anti-oxidizing. Okay, this is a test that I've done. Putting the nails, same lot of nails into the bottles. I filled to the rim, airtight it, and just observe as I take the photos. Right, this is day 1. Day 2, you can see the nails in the tap water start to corrode. Okay, day 3, day 4. You see how bad is the rust in the nails in tap water, because the tap water earlier we proved that it is oxidized, right? Whereas the nails in the Kangen water are still beautiful because in the Kangen they are full of antioxidants. They're able to neutralize, right, and prevent all the oxidation from taking place, right? So even this simple test today, I ask you which water would you prefer to drink? I'll give it to your family. It's obvious answer. Right, so that is the first property on antioxidation. Second, we come into detoxifications, or we're checking the acidity and alkalinity in the water. This book written by Dr. Theodore Boruri, Alkalize or Die, is a very strong title. I think it meant it to be to warn the reader that either we alkaline our body or end of the day we may lead to sickness and premature death. And the whole summary of this book basically is come into this statement that acidosis is the root cause of all diseases. And acidosis is a medical term where a condition when our body is too acidic. In extract from page 95, the author, Dr. Theodore Boruri, say, I have administered over 10,000 gallons of this electronically restructured water for about every health situation imaginable. I feel that restructured alkaline water can benefit everyone. And again, I want to highlight it is electronically restructured water, not any alkaline water that you see in the market. Okay, this is another book written by this is not doctor, this is just a researcher, Sun Wan. He's an American Korean. The title, Reverse Aging. He's a scientist, researcher, and many patents under his name. Okay, he started to research into health because of his own high blood pressure. And again, these are extracts from the book. You talk about aging and degenerative diseases are the result of acid accumulation within our body. And acid coagulates blood, thus causing poor blood circulation. I think it's common knowledge. Good health, we need to have good blood circulations, right, and detoxifications. And since the waste product that we are trying to discharge are acidic, the right kind of water is alkaline water. Of course, alkaline water, the whole book he talked about is from water ionizer. And just for under his own testimony, actually 6 weeks into this alkaline water, he totally stopped his high blood pressure medication. Okay, this is a Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Otto Warburg. In the 1920s, his metabolism of tumor, he already found out that cancer has 2 basic conditions. One is acidosis. We already learned is when our body is too acidic. And hypoxia. Hypoxia means that the body somehow is lack of oxygen, right? So cancerous tissues are acidic, healthy tissues are alkaline. Okay, we'll do the pH test or the acidity and alkalinity test. pH stands for potentials of hydrogen. Again, water pH is 0 to 14 is a standard due to the molecular calculation. 7 being the neutral, anything below 7 is acidic. Anything above is alkaline, right? And of course, our blood is slightly alkaline, between 7.35 to 7.45, right? And alkalines are the environment that we want in our body because it's spell health. Whereas, when your body is constantly in the acidic state, in the long run, you will develop into different type of sickness, right? Now we want to do the pH test. The bottle that I'm holding, this is a pH drop. It tests the water whether it's acidic or alkaline. Let us put a few drops in each of the water. Okay, here you can see that soda itself is very acidic. pH is about 2.5 to 2.3. Whereas for the distilled water is about 3 to 3.5. Even slightly alkaline, same for tap water.
is also slightly alkaline. Our Kangen water, right, is alkaline. Here you can see that the tap water and the Evians are alkaline water. If the tap water is alkaline water, then why should we go and buy alkaline water from the supermarket? There are many ways to make or to produce alkaline water. You can simply add in some minerals like calcium. Or in our case on the tap water, we know that chlorines are added to kill germs and bacteria. But chlorine itself is acidic. So the water department has to add industrial lime to make it slightly alkaline so that our pipes will not be rusting. We know that unlike the Kangen, they are alkaline yet they are antioxidants. Whereas for the Evian and the tap water, even though they are alkaline, they are oxidized. What happens if we pour some of the Kangen water into the other water, in this case the tap water? Okay, you can see that it changes color to more alkaline. Okay, same for Evian. How about this distilled water? You can see it changes to alkaline. What happens if we add into soda? Right, you can see that it's stubborn to change. Right, in order to neutralize 1 cup of soda, you need 32 cups of Kangen water. What happens if let's say we pour half away and we add some more Kangen water? See what happens. Right, again, it refuses to change. Okay, because it's very acidic. What happens if we pour this diluted acidic water or soda water into the rest of the water? You can see that it turns acidic. Right? Same for tap water. What happens if Kangen water? Same, it turns acidic. So from this simple test, these cups can represent our body. So the cup of water that we consume every day will determine the condition in our body.
Right. So there is a detoxification properties that we have tested. And the last property is hydration or microclustering. It is not what we drink, but actually what our body or our cell in our body absorb that matters. Okay, due to the surface tensions of water, the water molecules don't float by itself, but rather in cluster. So normally like 15 in the regular water, like tap water, mineral water, they have a cluster of maybe 15 to 20 molecules. Whereas Kangen water, because going through the ionization, it is restructured, and the water molecules cluster is smaller, about 1/3 the size of the regular water. What it means to us in our body, right? Just as explained by this another Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Peter Agge, he said that every cell in our body is basically water, and there are water channels. Okay, every cell they have a membrane, and within the membrane there are water channels they call aquaporins, right? And just look at an enlarged picture of a cell. Every cell they have a membrane, and when you enlarge the membrane, like say there are the water channels. Okay, another picture. The water channels they have positive polarity within the cell membrane. And within the water channels. And what it means is that because we know basic science, positive attract. Positive repel, while positive negative attract. Acidic ions are actually positive charge. So in a way, to enter, it's more difficult for your blood to bring the nutrients, your oxygen ions, through the water channels or the aquaporin. Whereas alkaline ions are negatively charged. So it is easier for it to go into our cell, all right, to produce energy, of course, right? Okay, we do a T-bag test.
Now let us do the microclustering test using the green tea bag. Normally we need hot water to make a good cup of tea, but right now let us do using room temperature water. Okay, so this is a green tea bag. Let me open this up. Okay, We will start off with using tap water. So we fill it up with tap water. You can see that not much of the green tea essence is being drawn out. Okay, right now we test with Kangen water. So you can see the difference. The Kangen water is able to draw out the green tea essence. Just in case somebody will say, okay, early on the tea bag was dry. Repeat this process. Again, we go back to the tap water. And again, the Kangen water. So you can see the difference, right? That the cup that using the Kangen water, is able to draw out the green tea essence, right, out of the tea bag. Okay, let us do another test. I'll just squeeze some of this green tea essence into this cup, right? And we try to divide equally. Okay, we add in more tap water and see how the result. Okay, you can see that it's more diluted. But what happens if we use Kangen water to add onto the green tea essence that we have? You can see that the cup of green tea actually get richer. Right? So from the microclustering test, you can see that our cells are able to absorb nutrients and oxygen easily. We are taking your health supplement together with Kangen water, more effective absorptions of the nutrients.
Okay, this is by Robert Wright.
Well, when you have cancer, what you do virtually all of the time is important. So diet is number one. You need to drink the right fluids, particularly the right water, particularly ionized water. You need to detox the body. You need to take the right supplements, and you need to exercise if you can. So those are 5 steps. They're more intricate than just 5 numbers. When we talk about water, I talk about Kangen water made by the Enagic SD501s. We've never seen anything like it, and we have studied it for years and years now. I have a listing from people who have healed their own cancers using healed their own immune systems. We have to be specific here. And their testimonials are legion now by using ionized water. And many will say, but Bob, it's only water. Well, no, it's not. Do the research, read the science. Everything that we recommend is steeped in science, and I can show you the research.
And there's a strong endorsement from Robert Wright, the director from AACI. All right, that covers our drinking part from the machine, okay, which is our pH, 8.5, 9, and 9.5. But the machine itself, they have other very useful water, all right, with different pH that we can use in our daily life. Of course, that includes clean water, beauty water, strong acid, and strong Kangen water, right? I just go through. pH 7, the neutral, if you remember, this is clean water because it goes through the filter that removes your chlorines and other heavy metals and so on. And it doesn't go through the ionization process, all right? Because baby, why they use this water for baby formulas? Because baby, when they are newly born, they are naturally alkaline state. That's why when you smell a baby, it's a very pleasant smell, right? For medication, because you remember the microclustering fast absorption property, medicines are normally time-based release, so we don't want our body to absorb too fast of the medications, right? pH 5.5 and 6, that is the skin pH in our body, on our body. And many ladies probably will buy all the very expensive skin toner, costing a small bottle costing hundreds, over $200. But actually, you can produce from the machine. It's basically a controlled pH water, right? Okay, we come to this pH 11.5, the strong Kangen. This is a degreaser. It's very useful. Why? And it also protects us, right? Because it can remove pesticide off our fruits and vegetables. Okay, we know pesticides are mainly oil-based, so that when rain comes, it won't wash them away. And from this report talking about in 2007, a symposium or convention in Stockholm, they found that out of the 12 most dangerous chemicals, 9 are found in pesticide. Right? And if we are not only every day we are taking poison, right? Okay, we call this a tomato and rice test.
Now we're going to do a simple test to verify that the strong Kangen pH 11.5 is a powerful degreaser. Let us start with tap water, right, to the rice. Okay. Now to the tomatoes. These are sesame oil. What happens when we pour tap water into the sesame oil? Of course, we know that water and oil don't mix. The oil having a lighter density, it floats on the surface. Next, we're going to do the same for this strong Kangen water. Okay. Into the rice. Now, onto the tomatoes. And now watch. What happens if we pour this strong Kangen into this sesame oil? Just watch. You can see what happened. Wow, the strong Kangen water actually emulsified the sesame oil, meaning it breaks down the oil molecules so that it can be washed away. Here, if you catch closely, the rice that is soaked in the strong Kangen is slightly yellowish. Why? Because rice, when it's stored in a warehouse for a period of time, it needs to be fumigated. And we know that those chemicals are poisonous. So what happens when they come to these tomatoes, right? Let us pour out this water. Let's see what happens. And Kangen. Do you notice the difference? Okay, you can see that this looks quite clear, right? The tap water. But what happened when you soak them in strong Kangen water? Because they are full of pesticide, and pesticides are oil-based, so that when it rains, it don't wash them away. And if rain cannot wash away the oil-based pesticide, how can tap water wash away the pesticide? Let us do another test. Okay, we're using this same lots of tomato, and again we soak them with Kangen water. Right? Give it a little shake. Okay, I just take another container. Right, and we see what happens. You can see the yellowish solution come up, right? Compared to the first time when you rinse with tap water, this is rinsing again with strong Kangen. So that is a powerful test on this strong Kangen 11.5 pH. Today we are going to test the difference when you have the organic tomatoes as well as the normal kind of tomatoes that we bought from supermarket. This is the organic tomato. This is the normal tomatoes, non-organic type. And now we soak them with Kangen 11.5. High alkaline is supposed to be a degreaser. Let us see the difference. Let's soak a while. Okay, so this is the organic tomatoes. This is the normal tomatoes. So you can see from here, the organic, you can see that the strong alkaline that wash up is more clear, and this one you can see the normal kind of tomatoes a little bit yellowish. This shows that those oil-based pesticide has been removed from the tomatoes.
Okay, so another type of pH 2.5 is strong acidic. All right, strong acidics are actually, today in this COVID-19 situations, many people are hunting high and low for sanitizer. This strong acidic 2.5 is actually a very powerful sanitizer because it is non-alcohol based. Therefore, you can use as often for your hand and so on. You don't damage your skin. Right? It is also a very powerful disinfectant, and it used for many external use, basically for skins, mouthwash, open wounds. It also actually coagulates blood. Therefore, in serious open wounds, you can stop bleeding.
Scientists proved of the acidic water by the use of the color laser microscope. This is a view of the active germ cells. But once strong acid water was introduced to the sample, all the germs were suddenly destroyed. Look at the drastic difference between the after and before shot. In Japan, many hospitals use ionized water, aka Kangen water, for curing complicated diseases. This patient had a bad case of diabetes and had to have his leg amputated from the knees. However, the doctor experimented with acidic water in which he bathed the leg first. And concurrently, the patient drank 1.5 gallons of alkaline water a day. The result surprising. He only needed to cut the tip of his toe, and other than that, full recovery.
So this the end of the different type of waters from Kangen. Now we share some testimonies, right? Okay, this is actually my father-in-law. He's 10 over years of diabetics, and he tried diet controls and so on, couldn't help him, right? The blood sugar is always at 7 point something. And we know that ideal blood sugar level is 4.5 to 6.4 range. Okay, so I got my machine in January 2012. This is October 2011, so we have never started on the Kangen. The reading is 7.2. Again, this is December 2011, is 7.3. And after 2 months on Kangen water, it drops to 6.9. After 4 months, it's 6.5. After 7 months, you can see that the blood sugar reading goes back to the ideal level, 6.3. And after 4 years, 5 months, it still maintains the good reading, 6.2. And after 6 years, it's still 6.3. So it's amazing how it helps to regulate your blood sugar level. All right. Okay, this is actually a stroke patient. A week back before Kangen, he was actually using walker. All right, his walking aid. After 1 week of drinking the Kangen, he can actually remove the walking aid. Okay, and after 4 months, you see his life, his strength slowly returns to him. That's the power of Kangen water. All right, and of course, you can use it for skin problems. Okay, this is a lady with 15, 16 years of psoriasis. Whatever method you name it, she tried it. She spent thousands and thousands of dollars trying to, get her skin well. But maybe there are certain trials that she do maybe improve short term. After that, it returns. But when come to Kangen, just 3 months, when the colleague recommended her, you can see the root cause is being solved, right? And this is another man with psoriasis. After 3 months, again, you look at the back, the skin. Okay, this is a boy from Hong Kong. Because the kidney is supposed to detox our body, but because of some kidney issue, the toxin actually come out through the skin, right? So it suffers all this skin issue. But after Kangen, 3 months, right? After 3 months of Kangen, a happy boy, yeah? Okay, these are some other testimony. This lady is actually has a long-term constipation problem, and she's taking expensive detox tea. But after Kangen, she no longer needs the expensive tea to detox herself, to clear her bowels, basically. This gentleman fell in the factory and broke his elbow. He fixed with the titanium part on the elbow. To him, he said that he pain every morning when he woke up, great pains in the leg and the hand. And when I gave him the water, you see, yesterday, just one day, different. Yesterday I drank 2 liters, today I good. He said, thank you very much for sharing Kangen water, make his life new again. This is a lymph nodes person who the doctors were surprised of how fast she recovers from her condition. When the doctor probes her further, what did she do? She purchased a Kangen unit. And of course, the doctor come and attend our just like tonight Zoom to find out what is going on. Right? This is a female, 41 years old, has spinal pain and supposed to go for spinal surgery in August 2018. And she's on 2 types of painkiller every day. When she bought the K8, all right, the Kangen K in early May, by end July, just 3 months, she removed the painkiller, and up to today, right, 2020, her spinal operation is still on hold, right? So how it helps the person? This is a stage 4 colon cancer lady. Actually, it's my friend's sister. She has been sustaining on Kangen water for 6 years. Stage 4 colon cancer. In fact, my friend was saying that in a way it could be the Kangen water is sustaining her. But of course, she still go for those targeted treatment. And if you look at this square box here, my friend was telling me the monthly treatment for the sister is 2 K8 machine, the price. Right? This is my family member who will not lie to you, my 15 years old dog area. So see whether he knows what is good water to her. She smelled the tap water, but she moved on to explore the Kangen water. She's 15 years old, but you still look at the coat of fur is still very nice. And you know, for long time we never bring her to see the vets. We only do a yearly vaccination. You know, there's no sickness, no nothing. Okay, I changed the water bowl, and after 2 hours, again he smelled the tap water and he moved on to the Kangen water. So my dog won't lie. What is good for her, she knows. Okay, so I come to, perhaps we want to ask the question, why Kangen and not any other ionizer? So the Latin words, caveat emptor, let the buyers beware. Okay, Kangen is the only ionizer that produces pH 2.5 and 11.5. Many others in the market, they only can go up to probably pH 4 and pH 10. Warranty is 3 to 5 years depending on the model. A lifespan of 15 years or 20 years is proven. Okay, only ionizer that provide continuous flow without overheating, right? Because many in the market, it cannot produce continuous flow. It has the engine of the machine is actually the ionization chamber, the titanium plate. And Enagic uses, you don't short chain, we use solid titanium plate. And of course, they have other patented e-cleaning to maintain your machine. All right, you look at the size of Kangen ionized chamber compared to the comparators. This is another view. Look at Kangen machines ionizer, titanium plate. Look at some of these. Not only the size of the titanium is small, you also wire mesh because you want to save material. But in the longer run, the problem is there will be accumulations of minerals and calcium, and you will clog the system. And end up, you may even produce toxic water instead of for health. All right. And again, this is a 25-year-old machine, an old model. This is an old model from Enagic. 25 years and it's still working fine, still producing good water. Okay, really built to last. Okay, what you see the machines in our kitchens, they are not kitchen appliances, but they are basically medical devices. This equipment will protect our family. Okay, these are some of different models. The latest being a K8 at 6250. This is Singapore dollars, and of course subject to GST. And if you look at the comparison on price, right? If you base on bottled water for 15 years, the lifespan of the machine, a person maybe takes about 10,000, need to pay about 10,000. A family of 4 is already 40,000. Where else, owning a K8 that lasts 15 years, your total cost including consumable is only less than 12,000, meaning per day is $2. Is $2 too expensive? Is the life of your family member worth it? I think these are valid questions that we got to ask ourselves. Or to some people, is this more important than your family health? We spend money on renovation, on tour, on buying nice gadgets that we enjoy, but it's not good for our health. And do you know that what most of the people lying on their sick bed once say? It won't be me. Many don't expect they will get sick until sickness hit them. Right? This is a
very important.
conclusion.
You just change your diet very little bit. Enjoy your
This is Dr. Shin Ye.
health. Enjoy your longevity too. I think the number one most important thing is water. To drink water, alkalized and ionized water, which is Kangen water.
I've had the great fortune in my life to have graduated from one of the finest medical schools in the world, Harvard. I was trained in the Harvard residency program. I've spent my entire professional career affiliated with that institution. One of the best things, next to being affiliated with this great institution, has been my discovery of Kangen water. One of the things that you learn is called primum non nocere. Above all, do no harm. That is the duty of a physician. It dates back to Hippocrates. What we should do, and I think when we're convinced of something that is really truly good for people, we should go and recommend it to people.
In Japan, they have a saying, Mizuo Kayareba, Jinsei Kawaru. Translated, change your water, change your life.
Alright, so what kind of lifestyle that we want? Right? Drinking good, healthy water and have an active lifestyle, or end up, we may end up in sick, just as the statistic that tell us, that end up, there is no quality of life. I guess, nothing will change without a decision. So what is your choice? And from here, I end my presentation. Thank you for all your attention, and Lily, back to you.